Just a little bit about this title here. The way it actually came about was Rowan and I were talking back and forth, and that is exactly that essentially that triathlons are kind of the new golf, because it does require some financial investment, and so one of the other things I wanted to kind of impress on everyone is my own religious viewpoints, and this is kind of, I'm a little bit religious about this, is that I think it's actually completely normal to run triathlons and marathons. And in fact, just recently, Stefan Engels ran 365 marathons in 365 days, and turns out like he didn't die. It's actually like quite normal. And I think that's, to me, the takeaway from this talk is that's actually normal. And so there's this guy actually runs on the same trail that I run on every once in a while, and just runs by me and laughs at me. But he actually ran 350 miles straight. And he was actually, I think it took several days and he couldn't sleep. So that's maybe a little abnormal. Just recently, they profiled this guy, Dr. Joseph Maroon, who finished his 7th Ironman at age 70. He didn't even start running until age 40. And at the bottom is this crazy guy, Don Wildman, at 75. He's done 9 Ironmans. So that's him. So the obvious question here is that if a 7-year-old can run an Ironman, I think probably most humans can. And I think, so one other thing as a quick audience poll is, who's that? Anyone know? That's Jack LaLanne at 70, towing 70 boats for a mile. So where does the golf analogy fit in? So basically, golf has basically been a kind of a business sport. And one of the things is young guys can play golf with their bosses. And I think one of the things that we've just debunked is that age is a factor with running. And so this is why I think endurance sports can be gaining on golf, is that training for a marathon obviously has these benefits, but at the same time, a lot of people may have noticed that your coworkers are doing triathlons and running and biking, and it's starting to kind of get this buzz. And for entrepreneurs in the audience, I think one of the things that's obvious about that is that the people that do this, as you stated earlier, make a lot of money, I mean, quite a significant a lot of money. And one of the things is that a business should think about these people. And so back to me now, which everyone likes to talk about themselves. Running's iron fist has taught me that I'm not even close to the best. And the other thing is just an accepting of the thing I'm doing. And the other part about it is that it takes discipline to actually run a marathon or run, as Rowan has done, several Olympic triathlons. And it also takes some courage to get over the fact of running that long. And what it gives back, though, is just a general peace. I feel much happier when I'm running. And I also feel that it kind of cleans out my mind. So, for example, when I'm writing code and then I go for a 15K, I just feel like the thing has been reset. And I also feel like I have more energy. I can go on a 4-day coding binge, and it actually helps. And another thing too is I'm actually coding while I'm running sometimes, which is also kind of a good use of time. And so I think this is, for me, if you're sold already, if there's one person, this is like one of those religious things where they have the guy come up and so is that just to get your mind right. It's totally normal to run that long. And once you can get past that, the next step is, well, what do you do about it? So the KISS principle. So just walk every day for an hour. And I think almost anyone can start walking every day for an hour. And once you've done that, then you start to incorporate a few kilometers at a time. And so then let's say you've already done that. Let's say you've already done the marathon. The ultra marathon is anything that's over 42K, so typically 50K. And then the other one is the Ironman, 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, and a marathon. And so the other thing is you may be thinking, like, who the hell has time for that? And one of the things that I've kind of discovered in my very humble way is that less is more. So I've never done an Ironman. I want to do an Ironman, but I have done quite a few marathons, and I think a little bit of running every week is actually all it takes. One thing that I actually wanted to talk about tomorrow was this idea of continuous monitoring of the body. Something I just don't understand is why we don't do that. Why don't we know when someone's going to have a heart attack? And I think another kind of interesting idea is that there's just so much we don't know about nutrition, and there's so much we don't know about exercise, and there's a lot of wrong guesses. And if we can start monitoring all this data, I think there could be some interesting things about it. So this is my kind of come to the altar pitch, is that like take a year, run a marathon, and then at next Kiwi Food talk about it. So.